Hello, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, dog, cats, and squirrels, or anybody who might want to listen to an old man like me. Hello, world. Hello, money. Hola, dinero. Hola, mundo.
Colorado Buffaloes, Buff Nation. I'm back, standing on a tall stage. You better stop playing with me. I'm your host, Joel Costello. Man, we got to get right into it today, man. You know, my title today going to be the Colorado Buff. Look who's riding in business class. Well, what you mean by that, Mr. Costello? Business class. Who's taking care of business on the football field? You better stop playing with me. Yeah, we're going to be talking about that, and we're also going to be talking about the new and revamped defensive line. That's just phenomenal, man. Just going to be slipping up on a lot of people, going to surprise a lot of people this year. You can stand by for that. And then who's shining bright in practice. And, man, that's going to be awesome. So we're going to get right on to it, guys. Let's get right on to it. I want to start out with Michael Welch. This is our freshman running back, true freshman running back. He reminds me of Dylan Edwards. Remember Dylan Edwards was a true freshman last year. Michael Welch don't have the speed Dylan Edwards had. But you know what I love about Michael Welch? It's his contact balance. And a lot of people don't understand. Say, well, what's the contact balance, Mr. Costello? I thought you'd never ask. Contact balance is when you collide with the opposition, the defensive player that hit the running back. Normally, they go straight to the ground. But Michael Welch is unprecedented. This guy, every time I see somebody hit this guy, he bounces off him like a rubber ball. He bounces off him like a rubber ball. He don't fall. He bounces off him like a rubber ball. You better stop playing with me. And I seen it over and over and over. And I even seen Shadur Leader hit on him. And he bounced off, not Shadur, I'm sorry, Shiloh Sanders, the safety. Shiloh put the wood on him and didn't even phase that young man. He bounced off of Shiloh and backed on up, but it kept on going. He'd have got another 5 or 10 yards. From the contact balance, man. That's when somebody hits you and you maintain your balance and you continue to keep going forward with that football. Stop playing with me. That's Michael Welch, man. Great contact balance. Watch for it this year, man. He's going to be playing a lot in that backfield. All right, so I want to go on to the next one. Who is the next guy? I got to talk about Trevor Wood. Now, remember I'm talking about the new revamped defensive line? Well, let's get to the new and revamped defensive line. Coach Prime, Coach Prime, he said Trevor Wood is going to be the next Brian Urlacher. That's saying a lot because, you know, Brian Urlacher was one of the best of the best. He was one of one. And for Coach Prime to say Trevor Wood is the next Brian Urlacher, wow, congratulations, Brian Urlacher, man. Let's make sure we give him an applause because Coach Prime said he's the next Brian Urlacher. And Brian Urlacher, for those that know him, he played over there at the Chicago Bears. And when he hit you, your check engine light always came on. Brian Urlacher. If you don't know Brian Urlacher, go over there and look at some of his highlights. And Coach Prime say Trevor Wood is the next Brian Urlacher. And I got Trevor Wood up here. That's amazing, man. I love it. I love it. And the next one is B.J. Green. Guys, B.J. Green, he stand out like a sore thumb. I mean, what I say, what you mean, Mr. Costello? He stand out like a sore thumb. His play. And guys, if you didn't see it, go look at some of his highlights from last year, where he even had Colorado on the run. Shadur Sanders, he had my doggone quarterback on the run last year. Tackle him, had him pressured him about 3 or 4 times. Man, B.J. Green was a beast last year against Colorado, man. If you didn't see that game, go look at that game. That was crazy. And I'm so glad B.J. Green over here with the Colorado Buffaloes. He's phenomenal. Like I say, he stick out like a sore thumb. You're going to see him on the football field. You will see that young man on the football field, and you will see him everywhere, man. He's gonna be what they call what they call that word? Roaming, where you roam back from one side to the other. You're in different doggone positions in different locations. I forgot what that term called, a rover, something like a rover. But that's gonna be B.J. Green's role. He's gonna be like Trevor Hunter. Trevor Hunter gonna be back there in that secondary rover. He's gonna be a rover. You know what I'm saying? It's going to be great. It's going to be great. So let's keep it moving, man. But B.J. Green, you stand out like a sore thumb. Sam Okunlola. Now, Coach Prime says this young man is an elite pass rusher, and he's going to dominate. This is Sam Okunlola, guys. Coach Prime says Sam Okunlola is an elite pass rusher, and he's going to dominate. And I truly believe that with all my heart and soul. I truly believe that with all my heart and soul. And then we're going to go on to the next guy, man. We got Quincy Wiggins from LSU, new revamped defensive line. We got Torian Carter, from on the defensive line. And if you haven't seen Torian Carter, he's been having a great spring practice and a great practice, man. I've been talking about him. I heard Coach Prime talking about him in media days as well. So we got some great players, man. Then Chidosa and Wanko, the block bully. Man, what a great team of players. Then we got Rayon Bull, come over from Ohio. These are the guys that's on the defensive line, that new revamped defensive line, guys. And not to mention the players that we already still got in place. Man, it's going to be a great defensive team, man. The thing what bothered me last year was seeing a guy do a slant. And a slant that should have been maybe 2 yards, done turned into 30, 40, 50, 60, or sometime a busted play into a touchdown. And that just used to irk me, man. And I say, I know Coach Prime going to do something about that. You could believe he going to do something about that, and he cleaning that up. Those slants, man, you ain't going to be getting on 30, 40 yards off no doggone 2-yard play. That should be just 2 yards to no yards. Either 2 yards to no yards. He should be getting on a slant. And these guys turn a 2-yard possibility play into a doggone 60-yard play or touchdown. Boy, that used to irk me last year. So I know Coach Prime took good care of that. I ain't worried about that at all. All right, so the next guy again I want to talk about is Coach Sapp and Coach Damian Lewis. Now, Damian Lewis taking Sales Sincere place in our defensive line. I think Sales Sincere may have some health issues, and going forward, we want to make sure he stay healthy. Coach Sales Sincere, you my boy. I wish you very well, you and your family. And, man, you are one of the greatest ones that ever did on that defensive line. You are definitely a defensive genius, Coach Sincere. I love you, man. And Damian Lewis going to be just as great, guys. I mean, this guy, he's an NFLer, NFL pro. And he's going to bring all his knowledge over there to that defensive line. Him and Warren Sapp going to be working that defensive line. Man, that's going to be a beauty to behold. You guys are going to be loving what you see. I promise you're going to be loving what you see. All right, so we're going to keep it moving, guys. Going to the Did you know? I know. Did you know? All right, tidbit information, baby. Tidbit information. Did you know? All right, did you know that Frank Clark from Below at Wisconsin, this gentleman was the first African American to play college football at Colorado University. He was the first African American to play football at Colorado University. This guy won all big conference honorable mention. He played 11 seasons with the Cleveland Browns. And he was the 5th round draft pick by the Cleveland Browns. And he had a great future and a great season, great career. 11 seasons in NFL, that's a great career because I think they say 5-year maximum is normally what you do. Anything over 5 years, you're doing great in NFL. So he played 11 seasons, man. All right, I want to shout out, he passed away. I didn't get to know the man. I think when the year he came onto Colorado football, 1955 was the year I was born. So I did not know this man, but I know him now. And me being a history buff, I'm going to know a lot more about this young man. I studied a lot more on him. I'll probably be talking a lot more about him. But yeah, this gentleman's name was Frank Clark, and he's from Below at Wisconsin. He was the first black African American to play college football at the University of Colorado. All right, so I just wanted to make sure we get that out. I hope you guys learned something from that because I sure did. And I'm loving learning so much about Colorado. All right, but before I go, guys, to the world, you might be one person, but to that one person, you just might be their world. And people don't care how much you know until first they know how much you care. And I won't see each and every one of you at the top. I'm going to see each and every one of you over the top. Until next time. Colorado Buffalo!